Hey everybody, Barry here again. If you saw my last video, you know that I am in interior mode. And I mentioned a couple things last video, like using the Escalade interior, using Hydro Boost. Yes. Big yes. I have back here the Escalade doors. They are power and they have power mirrors and I think maybe heated and all that fun stuff. But they won't plug in to the Silverado fuse block. I think it's like a WT or something. It doesn't have enough pins down here for the doors to plug in, and the mirrors won't work, the power windows won't work, power locks won't work. So I'm going to replace everything. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be a little bit of backtracking here because in the last video I literally took the column out to replace the gas pedal bracket, which I also have to take out so that I can put this Escalade one in, of course, because I've mentioned previously that I like to do steps 4, 5, and 6 and then go back and redo 1, 2, and 3. And that's exactly what's going to happen today. So there's going to be a little bit of time lapse here. I'm on my lunch break right now and I want to take advantage of every minute that I can. So let's set you up on a tripod and see what I can get done. Well, that was a lot faster than I expected it to be. Dude, that is insane. I've never taken one of these apart with the intention of putting it back together again. Huh. Probably wouldn't hurt to clean that thing. Wow, I scrapped the Escalade down way more than that to take the dash out. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And Joey, again, saving the day, came down and he's like, you need to take out this bolt, this one, this one, this one, this one. Don't touch any of the other stuff. Wow. So there were 3 bolts on the passenger side here, here, here. Ground wire, which actually I didn't actually have to remove. So that's cool. I can put that right back on. 10, 10, 10, and 10 millimeters there. And then right here, there were 2 15 millimeter bolts. They were on this big chunk of aluminum that the steering column bolts to. 2 15 millimeter bolts right here. And, oh yeah, a 13 millimeter down there. And that's it. The whole dash came right apart. Unplug a couple things, like this is the wires going up to the dome light, I suppose. Oh, hey look. A trout fly. Huh. Oh no. It's a salmon fly. Somebody removed the barb. That's cool. There we go. Right back where it belonged. It was probably just as fast to take the dash out to change this thing. That's wild. So I guess I'm going to go put the Escalade pedal on now because I can actually hook up this stuff and I'm sure something wouldn't function properly if I didn't hook it up. So I might as well use the Hydro Boost also. This is terrifying and exciting. Well, there's the dash. I didn't take off as much as I thought I would need to take off. Like all this here, radio, glove locker, all that stuff. I completely stripped the Escalade dash. When I scrapped the Escalade, I thought I needed to take off everything. Like, I took out every screw that I could see. So I'm really hoping that I didn't strip it down too much. Because if I had known this before, it would have been so much faster. Anyway, let's go outside and see what kind of parts I can gather up. Well, here's the outside Escalade part shed. And the dash cover is there, really nice shape. Here's the top dash cover. I guess I should call that maybe the gauge cluster cover, I don't know. And we got the wiper bezel, the whole interior wiring harness is there. This is stuff that I shouldn't have had to remove. I'm going to take the steering column so I can use that. So I got a few trips to make. Let's check it out when I get inside. Remember that time when I was like, I really hope I didn't remove too much stuff off the Escalade dash, so this will be a little bit simpler. Yep. This is not going to be very simple. Look at the difference. Oh, this is not going to be very simple at all. Oh boy. But hey, at least I have a reference. I can look at this one, size it up, see what it needs on this one. And I assume I can take a few parts, like these two metal brackets right here. I'm sure they can go right there. Dude, I even took apart like this bar and everything. That's all ready to come off. Probably should have YouTubed it before I took this Escalade apart. I brought in a lot of parts. A lot of parts. And I'm just gonna take my time and I'll use this dash as reference for that one. I think I have everything. If I don't, then maybe if I need a bracket or something off of this one, I can just switch it and put it on that one, because I think the dash structurally may be very similar. I think. If it wasn't for the wiring in this one, I probably would have just used that dash and put the whole wiring harness in there, but at the moment, I think it'd be better for me just to start putting this one back together. And the nice thing is, when I took this apart, I'm pretty sure I labeled some stuff. Or at least I started to anyway. Like right here, headlight switch, fog light, and rear windshield wash switch. So I do have a few things labeled so that I know, obviously the headlight switch goes here, so I know that part of the harness goes here, and I can just kind of work my way across. To see where the harness clips, I can size up this dash, because the harness is going to clip in some spots. Like obviously the cluster clips on right there. So then I come over here and go, oh look, that's where the cluster clips on. So I can use that one as reference. I think I'll time lapse this section. I'm feeling a little bit defeated at the moment. Just a little. I'm having some trouble getting my head around a couple things, and I lost the body control module. Yay. So I'm getting the dash put together. It doesn't look like it really at the moment, but the big aluminum chunk is in there. I've got all the wiring ran across. Body control module, I'm missing it, and I don't like that at all. It seems to have all the same plugs as this truck, the Silverado here, but I don't know. And this had power windows, heated, all kinds of different stuff, heated seats and all that, and I don't think body control module out of this one will work. I do have a backup plan, and it involves a little more work, but a lot less heartache, I think. I've got a crew cab outside that has power windows, all that stuff. I'm not sure about power seats. I don't think they are. I'd say they're probably rollback seats or whatever, which is not a big deal because I don't even need power seats. If I could use the Escalade seats, that'd be really cool, but then I've got an issue where I've got a leather seat, cloth middle seat, which would just bug the life out of me. I have the center console for the Escalade right there, but then I forfeit a seat, and I've got a wife and 2 kids. It'd be cool if at least 3 of us could drive around sometimes. So there's that. So I think the crew cab dash may be the way to go right now. I was just talking to Cass, and she was like, come home, eat some supper, relax, play some Skyrim or something, and just get it out of your head, which I think is the best course of action for me right now, and she knows me better than anybody does. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I will be back like in seconds with another plan. Either with a solution for this to go ahead using it, or taking out that crew cab dash, which I'm getting good at it now. And I'd use the crew cab steering column, body control module, the key, all that stuff, and then it would be, I don't even think I'd need to delete the VATs, which would be kind of cool. I know I need to tune it, but if I didn't have to delete security, that would be something. So we'll see where it goes in just a couple of frames. Bye. Hi. It's been 2 days since I took that last clip, and I feel 2 weeks older from stressing about this thing. But I have a plan. This is all going away. I have a crew cab outside, and I also have an extended cab. Gotta go look at them. It's a blizzard out right now. Yep. It is blizzarding out right now. Hey, it's funny how you can't see it. But over there. There you go. Yeah, snowstorm. So I'm not going to be taking that dash out today, but I do need to clean this up. I came into work an hour early so that I can clean this place up, and so that we can actually walk around in here. This is not a repair shop. This is Carquest. I sell car parts as my day job, but we have a bay out back where Craig puts his boat. We work on his stuff, and I work on my stuff, and it's just a deal. But so I need to clean up. So let's talk about a plan. This Escalade dash, yeah, it would have been sweet if it worked out, but there's just too much. Like, the body control module is missing, which is whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm sure I could get another one bought and programmed, but it'd be cool if I didn't have to. And then we get over to here, and somebody put in a remote start, and they really black taped it up. And when I see black tape and exposed wires like back there, I don't like that at all. Everything is disgusting. I had to fix the wires going up here. Where did I do that? Oh yeah, in under the tape there. I had to fix that wire. That was strung out about that far, and they had a wire wrapped around it, and it was kind of rough looking. And then over here on the body control module wire, same thing. And yeah, it is repaired, but look how burnt that is back there. That isn't from my little torch. That was already burnt and melted, and I had to put on a longer piece of heat shrink. And sounds like I'm complaining, but I guess I am. And there's a couple things that I couldn't find, like the little motor thing for the brake pedal, and I'm not in the mood. I'm not going to be in the mood 6 months from now to diagnose why this interior isn't working or all that. So I'm saving myself a little bit of headache in future by now headache. So I'm going to pull the dash out of something else, and I'll have the entire dash column. Thought about using this. Maybe I don't need it. I don't need all these controls and stuff. It's just radio that I don't listen to, like I said. That way I'll have the column, the dash itself, the body control module that matches. And I was talking to Joey. Joey's kind of just a name here, isn't he? I'll have to get him on camera at some point. He's new to the island and bought a shop, and he's a big new body style guy, so he's been helping a lot. And he said that I can use the Escalade dash cover and face on this truck, or whatever dash I decide to use. So that's really neat. I do like the way that looks, and I can also use the gauge bezel, which is also really cool. And I can also use the dash cluster, which is also really cool. So I've spent enough time blabbing, I gotta clean up. Well, there's no good to say you're from Canada if you're not willing to go out in a blizzard and scrap a truck. Well, here's the extended cab. It was absolutely complete until last video. I took out the gas pedal, which required me to take the column out. Absolutely perfect, because column's got to come out and take the dash out anyway. It's awfully dark, but it'll work. One thing I do like is we got the single windows switch, because it's an extended cab. Power locks, switches, mirrors. So I can use either these mirrors or the Escalade mirrors, plug them in. And of course it has the provisions for power locks and all that because it's factory. So I'm gonna take this dash out. Will I do it today? Maybe on my lunch break. This is not supposed to let up, but man, I got work to do. I can't wait for spring. So much snow. So it's a new day, and I'm not sure exactly where I ended off in the last segment, but things are happening. I came into work half an hour or so early this morning, started taking the dash out of the extended cab outside. I made a bit of a mistake in my haste when I was taking out the column out of that for the gas brake pedal setup for the last video. And I cut off the airbag wire on the steering column. That is the wire that comes out of the column, goes down here and clips into that yellow connector right there. I cut it off like here. So I don't think that matters, as I have the column right here with that plug on it, and the column and everything is in okay shape. So that's not a big deal. One thing that I don't like is it had an electric start or a plow or sort of electric start, that's funny, or a plow or a remote start or something like that on it. And it was a bunch of multicolored wires coming down, and I sliced all those off. But I think they're also from the column, so I'm not 100% sure. Because this wire is here, and my column is good, and that's the one that plugs in. So I think we might be okay. I think we might be okay with that one. I know I didn't cut off any more wires besides that. It was just those were really snarly, and somebody did an awful job installing a remote start. Probably Radio Shack. And I'm just gonna go and continue. I'm actually waiting for the kettle to boil right now so I can bring a cup of tea out with me so I don't have icicles hanging off my face, because there's a lot of snow and cold out there. And then I'm gonna bring in the entire dash, put it next to this one, and I don't know if I'll need to switcheroo any parts or not, but we'll have a look at it then. Come on, boil. Ooh, yeah, there we are. Yep. Now we're good to go inside. Truck should have bigger cup holders. All right, so here we are. I don't even know where that goes. That goes down there some. Oh, I see. It's got this big old module thing here. I'll deal with that when I get it out. Also, no idea what this is. Huh. Also, I'll deal with that when I get it out. I make myself so much extra work. Okay, I found it. I don't think it's so bad. Right here, goes down here, plugs in right there. So I can pull that out of the other dash that I have there too. And I think that is all that I cut off. As far as I can tell, it's ready to come out. That was a lot of work. It's just cold out, I guess, but as far as I can tell, it's ready. Well, maybe. A few things maybe left to undo. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta let go of the door wiring and stuff here, and then over there. I think my lens is getting cloudy because it's so cold out. I'm gonna go see if I can pull it out and we'll have a look. Getting low on tea though. Woo, look at that. That's sick. The dash is out. I never even took the radio out. It's like, why take extra stuff off if I don't have to? So cool. I don't know if I'm going to need this box or not, but I'll size everything up and compare part numbers on the blend door actuators and stuff. I took out this because it's a factory thing. It looks very afraid at what I'm going to do to the truck. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not because the wire goes way on up there and I'd have to take my headliner down. I don't know if I'm confident in that right yet. So I'll just leave that for now. It only plugs into the little fuse block. So that's pretty cool. If I go to use it, then I'll use it. Whew, lunch break over, man. It's time to bring this thing inside and then I don't know about this video. Maybe this video or next. Then I will start switching parts over. I'll see what kind of time we're on right now. I've only got to walk from all the way from that Tri-R truck to here through a foot of snow with like 100-pound dash. Nothing to it. One thing I need to address while I'm inside here and there's no dash is my hood latch cable. And that's because I'm a big dumb idiot and cut it off, not realizing that's what it was. So, what a good time to do it. I've been picking at the dash a little bit this morning, and I pulled out this, I assume it's remote start. I pulled that out of it. And I'm looking at my wiring. Of course, I need to address this airbag thing. That's on the other column over on the floor there. Need to fix, I think this might be the brake switch. Pretty sure. I don't even need to fix that actually because that is on the truck over there. And this here is for the park brake. And if we come over here, it's all right here. Here's the wire for the park brake. And there's the brake switch wire right there. So that's good. I don't need that. That goes up and under there somewhere. So I'm going to leave that for now actually so that when I'm ready, I can just feed it up the same spot, plug it in, and know I have it in the right location. I need to cut this stuff here off. That doesn't go to the airbag wire. It's just, yeah, it goes right here. So cut that off. That's for that remote start too. Here's the ground for it there. And this wire goes outside somewhere. So I'll pull that through also. The only one now Not sure what that is. I'll have to check on that in a second. I know what it is. That's the OBD2 connector. So I gotta wire one of those in. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? I don't know if I want to pin it all the way back. That would be super annoying. I think I'll just join the wires. OBD2 wires don't get finicky when they're joined. Not like airbag wires would. So I'll join those wires back. I think 4 or 5. It looks like 4 on this one, but I'll join those back. I've got a connector right here anyways. Yeah, it's 4 in it. So I'll put that on now. I'm going to do all this stuff and go over the whole dash while it's on the floor and much easier to get at. Also, I don't like this piece here. It's got holes drilled in it, wires pulled through it. And what do you know? So does this one. So I'll see if one of the other trucks has that, and I'll deal with that later on. Okay, all right, I'm getting it sorted out. Everything looks upside down now. Everything looks upside down. That's because it is, actually. Here we go. Now it's actually upside down. I repaired this. Got my OBD2 sensor all fixed. Doesn't even look like it's fixed. This one here, I'm still not sure about, but I'll figure that out when I get in there. I'll see where that harness goes. I don't remember where it goes. Let me just see if it's over here on this one. It's not there on that one, so I expect actually that it might be from the column. Let's see if it's on the column. Oh, look at that, it is too. Sweet. So that's good too. And that'll just click right in. I'd say I'll probably leave that in there for now so that I see it and go, oh look, there's that plug-in I need to plug. So I'm gonna go put this in now. Gonna be a lot of time lapse in this one, obviously. I apologize, I wish I could do everything one-to-one, but then we'd be here till like next week watching the same video. So let's keep it sensible and short. Hey, look, it's doing dash things. Jeff came back and gave me a hand to kind of put it up in place. And then Mr. Joey came and gave me a hand, figured out where some of this stuff goes. This truck is like a big community project. Like, everybody's helping. It's great. I love it. I made a short showing off a couple of things I'm going to be using. This is the Escalade head unit, and it's got a screen, which I'm sure looks quite dated, but hey, it's a screen. Here's the Escalade gauge bezel, which is in really nice shape, and I'm really hoping it works. It's cool because it has a transmission cooler, a transmission temperature gauge, and I'm probably going to end up blacking out all that because I don't want to see any of it. But I'm hoping that the miles and all that works, because knowing GM clusters, they usually don't. I'm going to go ahead right now and bolt all this in. I just have a 10mm put like right there and one put over there just to hold it in place, so that I can make sure everything's lined up. But so far it looks really good. So far it looks very, very nice. And I've got to figure out where all these wires goes. This is all still really fresh with me, so I'm pretty sure I know where everything goes. And also I forgot one wire here that I need to fix. I'll just de-pin it out of here, cut off this orange wire, make sure it's soldered, and then heat shrink it over so that it's in very, very good shape. I don't actually know where this goes. There somewhere? Oh yeah, right there, look at that. Cool, green. That would be for like the headlights and stuff. So yeah, I don't want that getting corroded off, because Lord knows we got enough headlight troubles with GMs. The wiring comes out through here like it's supposed to. I got to get the grommet pulled out through and make sure that's all sealed up. Right here is the wiper motor wiring that goes up through there. So that's good. This is going really well. I'm quite excited. After that, then I can do door stuff, because now I have all the pins that I need for the power mirrors and all that stuff. I don't know if I actually mentioned why I'm doing all this work. For power windows. Yeah. Anyway. I repaired this wire. I didn't cut it, join it, and do it again. It was already soldered, so I just depinned it from the connector here, ran a heat shrink over it, done. You guys have seen this 9,000 times, I'm sure. Next thing I need to do is get rid of the push button stuff here because I don't have four-wheel drive. I have all-wheel drive. This dash out of the truck right here has the little cool pocket here, so I'm going to use that because this truck was floor shift. And I like factory parts, so I'm just going to use this and try not to break it, so I'll do it off camera. It looks like it's just got this little pinchy tab right here. That is going to be too much to do. Try it again. Come on, go. Go, go, go. Oh, almost. All right, I got it. I just had to kind of hook my screwdriver in under there and not break it. This looks much nicer. I actually have no idea what you could put in here because it's vertical and it's tapered. So what would you put in there? Come on. There we go. Yeah, I just need to figure out how to unplug that. Oh yeah, two little pinchy tabs right here too. They love these, don't they? All right, I got it. I don't know what to do with these wires. I don't know if that's necessary or not. So anyway, I'm just gonna stuff it behind here, which is pretty much exactly what GM did with most of this stuff. Anyway, will you get in there, please? Come on. Let's see if it will. Oh, look, snap right in place. I mean, yeah, look at that, man. Factory parts look really nice. The dash is now secure. That is so exciting. All the bolts in all the way up around here. All of the top bolts. The two little grounds that are on each side of the dash are secure. Got the radio plugged in. That's the antenna that gets kind of finicky sometimes. And what else do I have? I got some wiring plugged in over there. The little brace down here is bolted on. It was finicky. It took a lot of wiggling. I had all the perimeter bolts, these 5 over here in, and the 2 that are up by the dash, the 2 that, if you can see, are here and where, right there. They were back about a ½ inch and I couldn't get the bolts in, so I had to loosen up this stuff here, push the dash in toward the firewall, and then they bolted in fine. And everything else lined up and bolted in fine. Even this bracket back here that holds the brake pedal and all that, and the 2 studs here and here just slipped right through that. So that worked out really well. I got this thing left loose by the control module mount so I can get the column in easier, then that bolts in up like that. And I just got to plug in. This is for the roof. I don't know if the mirror of the other truck, it's got the temp, and I don't know if it's like compass or something buttons up here. I don't know if it'll plug in, but there is wiring there. So it would be cool if it did, because it'll be like unbolt, bolt on, done, work. How cool would that be? So we're getting there. Oh, I gotta pop this grommet through. Shouldn't be too serious. Done. And I'm just gonna keep plugging stuff in. As for this hole here, this is sealed. It's got a gasket around it. This is where the shifter came up. I just pulled the pin out of the 4-wheel drive shifter. I think I might pull the carpet out of another truck that doesn't have this, and just see if I can, say, cut off these tabs or just bend them over or something and lay the carpet right down in place. That way I don't have to deal with that big hole that's there. The truck that the dash came out of has push button four-wheel drive, as we saw a few minutes ago, so it won't have that hole in the floor. It is an extended cab, but I can just slice off the back, say 2 feet of floor or a carpet or whatever. It does involve me going outside again in the snow and unbolting seats and stuff, but not like we haven't been there before. So that's something that I'll address a little bit later. I'm gonna take the seats out to clean this carpet anyway if I do plan to use it, because, you know, I already vacuumed this and it's disgusting. Ooh, a McDonald's receipt. What time? 04/01/22. Okay, so either in January or April in 2022 this was driven, so it actually hasn't been off the road that long. Got a few minutes before I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna plug in more stuff. So you know how people are like, I did a thing, and like they buy a new car. Well, I broke mine. I did a thing that's not so good. Not so good at all. Look at this thing. Yes, very good. That is not a good thing. I don't know why it happened. I can't really say. I'm sure it was self-inflicted. So it seemed really like notchy or something. Like it didn't, oh boy. Oh, it's really, oh, ugh. I did that. It seemed notchy, like it wasn't, you know how you go park, reverse, neutral, drive, and it's got this nice to it, and then you pull back to go down to low or whatever. Well, I went all the way up to park, and my key wouldn't go back and lock. So then I tried to move it around, wiggle it around a little bit more, and it went a bit sloppy, so I broke that. Let's go out and get the Escalade dash pad, so at least it looks like I accomplished something today. Oh, I buried it with parts. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. I got it out. It doesn't appear to be broken. That's a good sign. Well, let's see if it will fit. This is a Silverado dash Escalade cover, so I'm not quite sure. I haven't tried it yet. So, let's check together. If the little thing plugs in, the ambient light sensor, wherever the hole is for that. I don't know where my hands are. Here they are. Okay, that plugs in. I do have to change this lower section. I'll use the Escalade section, but I just want to make sure this fits first more than anything. Okay, that goes there. That works. So I know I just have to push it forward. I gotta make sure I don't turn this too many times and break the clock spring either. Well, wouldn't be the first thing I broke today. Let's see if it works or not. It'd be sweet if it did. Ooh! I think that might have been a good snap. We don't want any more bad snaps today. Oh, dude, it looks cool. It doesn't match here, but it's funny that the top and the bottom match. That is funny. Do I have the gauge cluster cover here? Let's see. I do have it here. Stay straight now, will you? So that goes there. This goes down here. Huh. I love GM. Cool. Now I don't have the Escalade gauge cluster in here yet. I'm not going to put it in yet because I may end up having to remove the gauge cluster to get at the shifter. I'm not quite sure. This is beautiful. The only beige part is right here and right here. That's the only tan beige part. It seems that the dash cover and the cluster cover and the bottom actually are the same color. If not, they're very close. So if it happens that I don't use the Escalade part here, then maybe I'll try to find like a gray color to match this. I think it'll be hard, but I would paint the whole dash. I don't really care. I'd probably just end up painting it black and leaving the wood grain here. I'm sure Cass would love to do that. What do you think? Okay, so it extends the whole way around here too, and I need to find that little pocket that clicks in there. If not, I'll just pull it out of another dash. That's fine. So cool. And from this side, that is so cool. It's not very bright in here. Here we go. Dude, that is mint. That is so totally wicked. I'm very excited. And I'll have to use the bottom also off of something else. Or maybe this dash, whatever. And I think I've already shown you the reason I want to use a different one. That's why. It's all chopped up and stuff. And I'd like for it to be really nice looking inside. But man, I love that dash cover. It's so cool. I couldn't begin to explain the amount of weight that has been lifted off my shoulders that this has done. It has been a roller coaster, and if anybody is still here, thank you so much for the support, because I need it. So this is a big deal for me. So I think I'm going to end it here because I want to do that shifter. I'm going to do that probably now after I finish this video. That'll be like next week. But I'd like to do that on its own video because that's something that I've seen a lot of questions on how to replace a broken shifter, and I wouldn't want to get that how-to buried in this video. So maybe I'll just release that as its own little video some partway through the week or something like that. See how it goes. But I'm all done. I am done. This is so much wiring, so much headaches, and that's enough for me for one day, and that's probably enough for you too. So thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. My YouTube members link is down here, and that's a couple of ways that you can help buy parts for this thing, or oil, or spark plug, or something like that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.